Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel. I have a short no card reading, and I wanted to talk about a vibration that I've been seeing happen a lot, using myself as the sort of fall person, which I feel like is how I understand a lot of what's going on with the collective. There may be experiences where people are trying to create situations where you're in the wrong and then abusively, it's situations where you're really not in the wrong, but they want to like frame it that way, and they're like being aggressive or abusive or dictatorial because of what they perceive as their stance, and in turn asking you to engage in some sort of conflict with them. Right. And I think that for some people, this situation is caused by speaking your mind and speaking your truth against people who have put you down, been cruel, or, said unkind things, or did unkind things, and you merely said, hey, I see what you're doing. And some people, you didn't say anything at all, and there was no, nothing on your end that would ask for their attention. They just merely are giving that to you. So that's a vibration I'm seeing a lot happen in our energetic signature. And it has to do with a lot of people seeing your light and being threatened by it and wanting to hop on that energy and tamper it down because you can't handle it. Because a lot of the thing about light is that a lot of it is literal truth. Like, casting light upon a situation means, sorry, it's my mouth guard, and grind my teeth. Casting light upon a situation means like casting truth. And so this may be something you've come up against, and it's the best thing to do is to say, you can't do much. You can say, because the person is like a rabid animal, and they're angry at you for existing and for either speaking your mind or for just being in your energy. And how dare you? And they're in pain and they're hurting, and how dare you be so powerful or so calm? So this also happens just a lot specifically to women, just as if you're a woman and a man wants to talk to you, but he doesn't know how, so he may create a conflict. That happens a lot. And it's not fair, and it's sexist, and it's also can sometimes show up as harassment, like someone coming up to you and just like not leaving you alone in a public space. And I would say, rather than like fighting against, this is what I do, is say, oh, I think you're confused about the situation, or I think like you may be seeing it in a skewed way, or however I want to say that. And then obviously they're not going to hear you. They're going to repeat their agenda, and then you say, you know what, I don't have the energy for this. You can do this with someone else. That's what I like to say. Which isn't to absolve myself of, you also can say, I hear you, because you don't want to make this person who may be dangerous, you don't know, you don't want them to think that you're not taking account what they're saying, that they think you've done something bad, or that your energy is threatening, or whatever. But you also don't want to get sucked into that conflict, and stay firm in your peace is what I'm saying. There's a lot of people who think that conflict creates an emotional tether. They may have grown up in conflict-oriented homes, so it feels like emotional connection to have conflict. I'm also being called to share just some imagery. I'm seeing a falcon for some reason. I'm just thinking of falconry and how that is such a metaphor, I guess, for letting things go and trusting they'll come back to us. I think when I look at the energetic sequence of the viewer, I think there may be something in your life that, or someone that you had put maybe on a pedestal, and as time has gone on, you've realized that you don't feel the same way. And now it's almost like you're realizing you have all this energy to put towards something that you were putting towards this person that you're putting on this pedestal, and you're looking for a new place to put it. And your guides are showing me an image of a dunk tank, like at a circus or a fair. You know, when somebody, you push the button or throw the thing and somebody gets dunked in the water tank. It's fun. But it's also like humiliating, kind of. I feel like you may have been in a situation where you felt humiliated, or you felt like there weren't that many options for you, or like somebody pushed the button and had you dunked. Like maybe someone important. Like this can be about like abandonment, really, or a breakup, maybe. I'm also seeing a doll. That could be an important thing here, in terms of imagery. I don't know if you had a special doll or toy growing up that, you know, was like a companion. Sometimes those are actually imaginary friends that we've created, and then we say that the doll is the same name. That's very common for imaginative children. I think that what I'm saying is that you've been sort of lonely in this way before and had all this energy to put towards something before. And you found other ways to deal with it. I'm also seeing worry dolls, which is like a thing from, I think it's Mexican culture. It's like these little tiny dolls made of cloth, and you can put them on headbands or like necklaces or whatever, or like just a stick. And the worry dolls are just supposed to like help you. You tell them your worries and they take them before bed. I feel like you need someone to talk to here. I don't know if it's a therapist or a friend or just God or journaling, but I feel like there's things that you feel attacked in life right now, and there's things you want to say that could be helpful to air with somebody else, you know, because I don't think you're fully aware of what you feel. I'm seeing the Hanged Man, which relates to Pisces and relates to seeing things from different perspectives. I think that you may feel very like stuck or in suspension in a situation, but Spirit's telling me that that's not going to be for long, and something's coming. Like this has been in my readings, big wave coming is something that I had a premonition of from my grandmother actually a couple weeks ago. So there's going to be some big change coming, big wave coming, and you have to be ready to jump on, and I want you to be ready. And the thing is, you have to set up the vibrational place, but your guides are coming in now, and they're saying you have to be willing to flip your life on its head. Okay, I don't know what that means. And I think that there's someone that you've been, I look at your energy, there's someone that you've going twisting and turning around and around, thinking about, you know, why they treated you that way. Someone who hurt you. I think maybe interpersonal friendship or boyfriend or girlfriend or, you know, lover. It could be a family, but you're going over in your head, why were they like this? Why are they so mean? It must be something I did. But that's kind of why the greater universe is showing you these situations where people are like trying to, you know, create situations where you're in trouble and you're really not, and then being reactive towards you, which is a bait for you to be reactive, because that's similar to what this situation you had with this person was, and it's being mirrored. You may not see, but this person that you spent a lot of time obsessing about or thinking about, or, you know, having even just, you know, maybe you didn't obsess, you just had like a close friendship that was a big part of your life, okay? Or maybe you did like fantasize about something more, I don't know. But this was not what you thought, okay? And I think you're realizing it now in retrospect. This person was false. This person has issues. They don't, you know, you did connect, but they don't see intimacy as like real. Like they are so in their games and their masks and their illusions that when you came to try to be intimate with them, they just made it a bunch of jokes, okay, in some way, and maybe literally. And you realize after some time that that's not good enough for you, and they may have insulted you or said rude things. And really, this is a greater lesson in loving yourself here, okay? We don't spend time with people who constantly insult us or, blow us off or, try to do things that would hurt our lives or don't take our issues seriously. That's neglect. We don't engage with people like that. And you may be on your own because of this. These might be the only people that are in your life, but as time goes on, there will be other people who can match your vibration. And I'm also just channeling the number 9. So that has to do with humanitarianism and using your skills and gifts to serve the world. And yeah, I think there's going to be healing from this relationship where it was like hurtful and these I'm sorry, I have asthma. These people who keep trying to create conflict, they're just going to disappear because you're going to be so strong and sovereign in your power that they won't come into your consciousness anymore. The only things that will be able to share space with you are of the light. So I want you to get there. So I'm praying for you. I love you. Sending Mother Mary's energy, which is, in my mind, pink light that purifies and can be breathed through the body as beauty and joy and love. And I'm sending you so much peace and wishing you the best day.